also, it's kind of funny at how he went in right before I got to admit to it indirectly. He sat there, admitted it on a live stream, and then cut that part out of his video. I mean, it's kind of weird, ain't it? Why would John want to cut a part of his live stream out unless there was something missing? Matter of fact, I have several witnesses that can easily attest to that. One of them being my good friend CIA Hole. He was there to witness it, acting on top of one another. I mean, I've told you guys many times to quit while you're fucking ahead. I have told you guys many times to quit while you're ahead. But you just don't listen, do you? Oh, and John, that was really fucking cute. With the little fucking Mr. Miyagi Karate Kid fucking headband shit. That was funny. I'm not gonna lie, that was funny watching you try to break down and insult my personal self-defense stuff that I did for any homeowner and any citizen in the U.S. that can literally use these, which are 9mm guitar jacks, which are illegal.
Chance Wilkins or Cyraxx. I honestly think, in my honest opinion, I think you need to be worrying about yourself. Let's not forget, Cyraxx, you showed out. You was showing your butt off. And you're so focused on John and Will and Glory and them. Oh, they were harassing my lawyer and got people going to my lawyer's house and knocking on my window. Honestly, bro, I would not even be worrying about that. I mean, that's been happening to you, so why is it bothering you all of a sudden? People go by your house all the time, Cyraxx, yelling, saying, F you, Cyraxx, F you, Chance. Or they be throwing stuff at your house. So why is all of a sudden it's bothering you now? It ain't been bothering you. I mean, yeah, it bothers you, but again, you're worrying about the wrong things. You was absolutely worrying about the wrong things. Because come November the 6th, if I think that's y'all's court date, they're gonna try to redo this over again and see will you comply. Because you really showed off. Because everybody just look at this as entertainment. you know, just entertainment. I'm just shaking my head, man. I even told my boy Ferrari Kill about this. He had a laugh off of that. You're cooked, man. You're cooked, Cyraxx. You're cooked, man. You showing out in the courtroom and everything like that. You do realize, Cyraxx, that you got to pay for John's legal fees. You know, during that time when John was locked up, where he claimed he was locked up, you know you got to pay for that, right? The legal fees, you know, during the time he got locked up, you know you got to pay for that, right? You know you might have to pay for the court costs, right, Cyraxx? Like, you didn't really think this through? Man. It's just funny to me, man, that this dude right here didn't even do his research, didn't even think about should he pursue this on taking them to court over this. Because John Dunn pretty much already got a win over you, man. They pretty much got a win over you. Now, if what you're saying is true, that somebody's banging on your window, geez, Cyraxx, maybe the people are probably doing that because they're probably hoping that you're going to use that as your defense. And when you use that as your defense in that courtroom and telling them, like, well, you guys are banging on one window, John Lawyer is going to be like, that is irrelevant. We're not talking about who's coming by, throwing stuff at your house, or yelling at you or banging your window chance. We're not on that case. We're not talking about that. So he's done come Friday. I mean, I don't see how he's gonna beat this. I just don't see. He came with zero evidence. He showed his butt off around in front of John's lawyer and everything like that. So this is honestly, once again, an easy win for them. And what was that video that you made, Cyraxx? You made a video trying to show people, because I was watching John live stream last night, and John pretty much came up with a good point, though, because John was basically clowning you on how to defend yourself and stuff like that. Because I've seen those videos of you doing a little karate moves or trying to punch or whatever like that, trying to show people how to defend themselves. And John bring up a very good point. Why didn't you use these techniques on Low T, or you can call him Alex, the guy that came on your front porch this year and knocked you out? Why didn't you use that on him? Like, why would anybody want to take lessons from you, Cyraxx, when you pretty much got destroyed by Marty? Marty pretty much beat you down. You claiming that you know these techniques or whatever like that. But apparently it didn't work on Marty. It didn't work on Low T. So who in the world wants to take lessons from you when it is proven on videos that you got beat up? Like, this dude here gonna try to teach somebody how to defend themselves. He gonna try to teach somebody how to fight, but he can't even fight himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense, man. I mean, it doesn't come to no surprise to me, people. It really doesn't. Cyraxx, and you over there complaining that the money thing, like, oh, you guys making money off of me. Ask yourself this question, Cyraxx. Why can't you draw money for yourself? How is it that it's so easy for everybody else to make money on you, but you can't make money for yourself on social media? What does that tell you? Ask yourself that, Cyraxx. How is people are easy making money off of you, but you can't seem to draw a dime? So you haven't sat there and thought about that and be like, you know what? I'm worrying about everybody else making money off of me, but I can't even draw a dime myself. So why is I'm hating? It sounds like to me, Cyraxx, you're hating. You're hating on the people that's making money off of you, bro. Because if you knew how to, trust me, people, if Cyraxx knew how to drew money, if he was making decent amount of money on the internet, he wouldn't even care if William Glory and all those people were making money off of him. But he can't even make money himself on there. But you know what he's going to do, people? He's going to point the fingers. He's saying it's William Glory, it's John, all them fault that he can't make no money. When you got to ask yourself the question, why can't you make money, Cyraxx? And stop using William Glory and all them excuses saying that you can't make money. When you can't even make money yourself, you can't even draw a dime yourself. Ask yourself that question, Cyraxx. I don't know, y'all. It ain't looking good for him. It's not looking good for him in that courtroom. It's going to be a laugh to me. I can't wait. I cannot freaking wait, man. You sitting there wasting your time. You made like a 40-minute video. I went on Goblin Record, and the video was like 40 minutes or something. You made a 40-minute video when you really should be focusing on what you need to say when you get on that, when you go to that court. You need to be focused on that, Cyraxx. You need to be concentrating on what you need to be saying and what you shouldn't be saying. Because the big question is, Cyraxx, did your lawyer actually feel it in your head and saying, like, Mr. Wilkins, you need to stay off the internet. Don't get on the internet and incriminate yourself. Did she ever tell you that? She probably had told you that, but you hard-head. You hard-head. Just like when you was in that court I think William Glory or John them was saying that you was flashing your penis on cam trying to get Marty banned, and you didn't deny that. You said like, yeah, I did it, and then your lawyer and your so-called little cheerleader, little friend of yours saying, oh, Chance, no way. So let me get this straight. The guy that's defending you, what's his name? CIA hole, whatever his name is, that's supposed to be your friend Cyraxx. I heard him say that he didn't believe that you would do these kind of things, and I find that to be a bunch of baloney. Talking about saying like, oh no, Chance would never do nothing like that. And then Cyraxx admitted it. He admitted it, saying, yeah, I done it a few times and stuff like that. He like, Chance, no way. I'm like, bro, you mean to tell me that you're friends with Cyraxx? Y'all been friends for a minute, and like I said in my last video, you mean to tell me, bro, that you haven't even bothered to check to see if those allegations is true about Cyraxx? So basically, everything Cyraxx is telling you is you believe everything he's saying, and you know he did these things. It's like I said in my last video. Whoever the guy that's supposed to be defending Cyraxx, CIA hole, whatever his name is, you know he did what he did. Don't sit here and say that you didn't take the chance to look up and see if it's true. You got plenty of time to look up and see what John and Marty and all them said to Cyraxx, but you won't take the time to look up Cyraxx to see all the things he said and done. You know he did these things. And you know what, bro? You should be ashamed of yourself to even be supporting Cyraxx. You should be ashamed of yourself, bro. Like, honestly, bro. Because you on a losing team. Why would anybody want to join a losing team when you know Cyraxx got so much loaded disgrace evidence against him on the internet? Why would anybody want to side with someone like that? Because obviously, bro, you support what he does. Even though you're not saying it, you're not publicly saying it for everybody to hear it, but your action is showing it, bro. Your action is showing it. And I don't want to hear saying that, oh yeah, me and Chance, we boys and we this and we that. Bro, that you're using that as an excuse. You're using that as an excuse. Yeah, you my bro and this and that. Stop using that as an excuse, bro. Because there's a lot of people in this world that will use that as an excuse. Oh yeah, that's my homeboy, man. We've been boys for a minute, man. I understand what, bro, that's an excuse. You are encouraging Cyraxx behavior. If you are a real, true friend of Cyraxx, you would tell him, Chance, stay off the internet, bro. Because that's what a true friend would do. A true friend, so even if you had watched those videos and you saw Cyraxx flashing his penis and all that stuff like that, even if you saw those things, a real friend would sit there and try to talk and be like, yo, bro, shut up, don't say nothing. And Cyraxx act like he don't want to listen to you and saying like, yo, you don't tell me what to do. Then you need to cut somebody like that loose, man. You need to cut somebody like that out of your friendship. And I'm not trying to be the guy trying to pick people's friends, but I'm just saying, I could never be friends with someone that's saying nasty, disgusting things to children on the internet, flashing their penis. I could never be associated with someone like that. I wouldn't even never show up in the court to even defend somebody like that, because that makes you look ridiculous, bro. What you think people gonna think of you when you defending somebody like Cyraxx? You know, are you just doing this for attention because you want the spotlight, you want the heat, you want the juice? Is that's why you're defending Cyraxx? Because you want the heat, you want the juice, right? That's why, right? Because I don't see why anybody wants to defend that. It makes no sense. It absolutely makes zero sense. I think you only just defending Cyraxx just for attention, bro. Just for attention. I don't think you're doing this because you feel bad for him, because William Glory and all of them are attacking. I think you're just doing this for attention. You want just as much attention just like Cyraxx do. And neither of y'all doesn't really deserve this kind of attention. But you know what? You do, because at the same time, I want to see Cyraxx get locked up and go to jail and get charged for these things that he's been doing over the years on the internet. That's what I want to see happen. So that's basically all I want to say about this, man. Ain't much I'm gonna say about this goblin. Anyway, peace.